Hi, I haven't seen you for decades, because you no longer exist. How do you feel about bribes? I believe we call them in some countries administrative fees.
Well, today is an extraordinary beginning of a new era in which we will learn geometry with the fantastic help of our ant-y friends.
And now I'm a penguin. I'm a penguin. Dee-dee-dee-dee. I am a penguin. Dee-dee-dee-dee. I am a penguin. Yeah. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Okay. I think that I could probably work on my songwriting skills and develop them further. But I am very much inspired by the Arctic, as I was in real life. I can actually tell you a little bit about Nuke, now that I think of it. So, for those of you who are unaware, I was actually in Greenland. Okay, so much. You are interrupting my travel log. No, get in here. No, that's not what I have. Okay, so while I wait for Meow the seal, who probably has a very significantly confused sense of identity, you get in here. Okay, here I am. Okay, hello, Mr. Two-Dimensional Hero. I'm very, very pleased to meet you. I hope that we can become good friends. At least the world is not turning red every other second the same way that it was during part 1. Okay, I feel... Oh no, what is happening? No. No. Okay, well I guess I need some competition in any case. I'm not particularly pleased with... And right when I said that the world was not going to be going red all of the time, that's precisely what happens. But at least I have my billion fruit that I can comfortably retire in a post-apocalyptic landscape. That does give me some variety of solace, although of what type I can't imagine.
Okay. At this point, I think that we can become true capitalists once we actually acquire enough food, and then we begin selling it to our fellow ants. And then we create a media empire, and then we can call it Jared Gimbel Geometry Food Incorporated, and thereby proceed to take over the world and local politics, and eventually global politics, one green sphere at a time. What a glorious vision.
But I'm also very curious exactly how many democracies exist on that other planet, you know, the green-blue one, in which you could actually get out of difficult sentences by answering quizzes. Country whose chief's religion is Christianity. Yeah, Burma, Myanmar. Yeah, I certainly saw, I remember seeing gold statues of Jesus everywhere I was there. And so, as a result, here I am with my a billion fruits, and my understanding is that the scientific consultation for this game was virtually nothing. Today is the extraordinary beginning of a new era. My name is Jared, and today we venture into the post-apocalyptic sports game where there are no athletes, and probably because of rating reasons or keeping it kid-friendly, there probably aren't any zombies in it anyhow. However, have you been curious about what sports would look like if there were no athletes and no people and no referees at all? Well, in this case, lineup is the game for you.
It seems that an extraordinary skirmish is happening, one about which poets in the ant world will tell tales that will be remembered for millennia and generations. It's a pity I don't know ant.
Okay, choose a difficulty level. Genius, obviously. I hope that you will bring solace to my life, but, solace and profit, but mostly profit. Okay, select. You are under arrest. Thank you for your cooperation. I have honestly no idea what's going on in the slightest. Mr. Hop, the charges against you are severe. You're accused of breaking and entering into a native habitat, bog marsh, with intent to purloin a delicious space fruit. How do you plead? Okay, let me give this some thought. And my understanding is that you cannot share a square with any of these fine or perhaps not so fine creatures, lest you be sent to the next world courtesy of their digestive juices. $420 ago, Bug and Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Bugs that we are blessed with inalienable rights. For some odd reason, I believe that there are just simply way too many coincidences concerning this. I feel that it actually reads a little bit like a bad dream in some capacity. Okay. The right to bugs, the right to own senescent space fruit as slaves, the right to refuse to testify against your hive mind in court, the right to parade around in the corner and all your niggers. How the hell should I know? I'm a frog. Oh my god, bugs everywhere. That's correct. During the war... Okay, now you're not even trying.
What am I gonna do now? Build a wall? Good. Now double click somewhere to move there and drop the rock. Okay. I'm gonna build a wall and I'm gonna make the doggone voice behind the tutorial pay for it.
You know what time it is, boys and girls. Time to reset the timeline. Yeehaw.
Tap the 0 key to move your ant back and forth over an area. Yeah, too lazy.
Not Jamaica, Ukraine, Gambia. No! I got eaten, but... What are you doing? Also, you look like you belong in a horror film. You don't look like you belong in a kid's game.
My favorite type of tutorial is the variety where you just simply literally press buttons until something happens.
So Greenland was a fantastically soulful face. I remember, interestingly, there on the plane ride there, I actually had two significant fortunes. One was the fact that, well, actually one fortune and one misfortune. The misfortune was the fact that I was actually seated right next to the propeller jet plane engine, and actually felt during the majority of the flight, I'm a SEAL. Speaking of Greenland, okay, felt during the majority of the flight that I actually had, on the way there, thankfully not on the way back, that there was a giant buzzsaw in my ear. I'd rather have a giant buzzsaw than have a walrus chasing me. You two can be friends. I'm just simply going to stay here, and I am not going to get out.
Okay. So far, my understanding is that that's nearly not an... Apparently I seem to have one. I should learn to keep my mouth shut sometimes.
I need to be going to a party and I should be on the train to Queens instead of actually playing this game. I'm curious, designers of this game, is there a possibility that you can somehow implement a snowball fight? This actually might be a very interesting idea. I understand the vast majority of species present in this game actually lack any variety of opposable thumbs. However, sometimes I think that you need to actually sacrifice reality for fun. And you tasted delicious, I will have you know. Didn't I actually... Wait up. This means I beat the Red Queens already, didn't I? Okay, come on. Alright, so I think I accomplished one of the two. You need to learn how to do something more productive with your life, rather than coming to me again and again. You know what? Maybe I should actually gather all of the rocks in one place right around me. If you, Mr. Lawnmower, happen to come one more time, then your engines are going to become fully dysfunctional and you will regret it for the rest of your life. I wouldn't say natural life because I don't think that you're a carbon-based life form, but I may be mistaken. Okay, fine. Okay, now that there ain't no queen here, let us finish off this Red Menace. Welcome to the world of business. You don't look threatening at all. Everybody loves the novelty signature. Just ask Bug John Hancock, and apparently I'm 1.5 centimeters tall. Okay, so now I'm actually going to go ahead and do what I actually do on my credit card sometimes. I'm going to draw an octopus. Okay. Here's my octopus. I think octopi usually have 6 arms, or legs, or tentacles, or whatever they are. I'm going to go ahead and give it an eye. I'm going to give it 2 eyes. I'm going to give it 3 eyes. Okay, now it looks actually significantly more like a spider. I'm going to go ahead and give it this. Apparently I can't really make it cross-eyed when it's beady eye. I'm going to go ahead and write A. Okay. Let's see if I can draw on this. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to write my own name here. Okay. Very well. Working holiday visa. Actually, what happens if I do this? This should be very interesting. I'm actually very curious how they're going to go ahead and make this out. Okay. I hope that this works significantly well. Okay, so I have to write, I think I should write my real name. Okay. I'm just going to call myself... Okay, I'm going to call myself Karianako, of course. Fun fact, apparently I have probably among the worst handwriting known to this human species. Okay, I think I'm going to be done. Time for hard labor, boys and girls. Okay, or whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. Mars fractions are the best fractions. Okay, so this is exactly... so this is the same game again.
No. 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 Hello, world. It's like a fun day for it. Now you're outside. This is called the surface view. Note, you can die up here. You don't say you can die in the real world. The world will never be the same again. Okay, now...
Today is the extraordinary beginning of a new era. My name is Jared, and today it is with fantastic determination that we venture forth into the ecological and stunning and two-dimensional world of mope.io, unless it's pronounced mope.io. I don't actually really know what it's supposed to mean, and so if you happen to know, you should definitely let me know. So, in this game, you will enter an ecosystem populated by animal projections of people throughout this planet, and you are to find resources, grow into new animals, and hereby maintain a steady set of conquests in order to ensure that you survive as long as you can. Lord, save my soul. And by save my soul, I mean help me with this game. Okay, Malta's in Europe. Phil. I really do not appreciate you doing this.
I do things my own way now. The rules of society are no longer suitable for my purposes, Mr. Tutorial Person. Instead, I am going to call for world domination and revolution. And by world domination and revolution, I mean defeat the Queen Ant and the other colony.
So, imagine you are living in this giant hole right now. You have a refrigerator, you have a computer, you have a bunch of educational books, and you also have a very supportive community. Okay, here I am in the Arctic. I do not remember Greenland looking like this, and interestingly, I've now turned into a rabbit. A rabbit who will probably be winning awards in the Winter Olympics whenever they are next, or not. North American or Caribbean cities.
Okay, now let's go back to the surface and try a few more things, like world domination, I hope.
Here's an idea. Why doesn't somebody actually make mope.io the musical? That would actually be quite interesting. But my understanding is that a lot of musical theater projects on YouTube do tend to be of significantly poor quality. Actually sound like they were written by elevators. I have no idea what I just said. Okay, cities in Europe. Oh yeah, Leningrad is still a thing, because apparently when I see Leningrad I think Russian band. I'm certain there's at least one person watching this who knows exactly what I am talking about. Also, fun fact, there's a city called Rome on every single continent except for Antarctica.
Presume that I will have to create a lot of these in order to actually create a very effective gladiator arena or ant super mall.
Okay. So, I forgot exactly what story I was telling. So the good fortune was, I remember, was actually at 6 p.m. local time in which my plane was descending into the airport at Nuuk. And my first reaction was, given that it was like the very end of twilight and the sun wasn't anywhere in sight, where was I? The sun wasn't anywhere in sight. I actually felt that I was on the moon. I didn't even really feel that I was on the same planet. I actually flew in from Reykjavik. I proceeded to attend the Polyglot Conference, which is, how do I put it? It's a yearly event where people who love languages from around the world, they come together and then they attend talks about language learning. They speak with many people in many of the world's tongues. And as I think one of my Facebook friends, although I cannot remember who exactly said this, it's like you can't spend 5 seconds even without running into an extremely interesting person at the Polyglot Conference. It's very interestingly unlike this game, which you can't spend like 5 seconds without running into a threat. Okay, now I'm going to have to speak very, very loudly in order to compete with the annoying stock sound effects as well as the music that actually sounds that it was probably written by 14-year-olds. So, objective. Make the set of figures on the left look like the model on the right. How to play. Click a figure with the left or right mouse button. and rotate the ring of figures around. Figures. No wonder I can't listen, it's all your fault. And complete a puzzle in 20 moves or less to move to the next level. Okay, fine. Yeah, this is exactly what I wish my garden would look like. What appears to be one flower and everything else insects. Who are you entrusting to improve your garden? Maybe I shouldn't even help you. You probably don't even deserve to have this. Can I talk to your insurance company? Not you. I, Jared Gimbel, the judge of life and death over insect kinds, hereby choose to invest in a turtle.
I've done that. You know what? I'll just pick up every single one there is and hope the tutorial shuts up.
A disguised Troggle has the map, but which Troggle is it? Okay. My understanding is that if your species are all different colors, then your disguise isn't going to help much unless you invest in paint. My ecosystem is thriving with myself as the only viable organism. I will have you know that the spider actually gave me— No! I really have to see. I think I've seen you in about 34 different nightmares in my childhood, and shut up. I've literally never heard of this country or this protectorate until literally a few seconds ago. Look at that. Day and night change every 10 seconds. Yeah, it's going to only be a matter of time before a Polynesian deity tries to capture the sun and change that.
Good! Now here's another way to scroll the screen, as if I'm going to do that when I'm nearly going to die in a matter of seconds.
If you please, no Hindi, Punjabi, Thai, Burmese syllabaries, Inuktitut syllabaries. Don't pull any of that on me, thank you. Not with that class, Godstead. No, these charges carry a minimum sentence of 20 years hard labor, and I don't have any opposable thumbs with which to do that.
Move the mouse cursor to the far edge of the screen in the direction you wish to scroll. If you are not using a mouse, hold down the control key and then use the arrow keys. Yeah, blah blah blah, hungry, need food, bye.
And I think that if there was a scientist consulted for this, then I doubt that he would want to be listed in the credits. Okay, here I am back in the land of the soon not to be living anymore, soon to be digested. No Ninja Turtle this time, hopefully a Samurai Turtle. Hello, Mr. Little Guy. Wanna meet my friend? Friend is called my mouth. Okay, so I think I have some idea. What happens, okay, so I have suddenly had a flashback on playing this game as a kid. Very interestingly, when playing the game as a kid, we actually had this thing called an instruction booklet that seems to be fairly unknown to a lot of people nowadays. And, one result of this instruction booklet was that apparently I did not want to do that. By the power invested in me by all the loud dialogues I have learned thus far that are completely irrelevant to this game about animals eating things with green circles. Okay, so, no, maybe if I actually look at the puzzle for a very long time, it will actually solve itself.
Do I have to do everything by myself now? Okay, recruit 10. We are all gathered here for a specific purpose in mind, in order to actually complete this game and get a high score, and enter the annals of ant history as an extraordinary hero about which baby ants shall hear for the rest of their days. You, the tutorial person, on the other hand, are going to remain shut up for the time being. What is this? Have I won? Okay. The Red Queen in this patch has died. Congratulations, you have defeated the Red Menace. You don't say that. Okay, fine then. So I guess this entire game is an allegory, isn't it? Okay, I don't want to think about that. Okay, SimCity Biohazard. My understanding is that biohazards are just as equally helpful to ants as they would be to humans. That is to say, not really helpful for either of them. So suffice it to say, this was an extraordinary pleasure, and I look forward to continuing my visions of ant domination over the entire house and possibly beyond it. And until then, this is Jared telling you that your dreams can come true, even if it takes a while to build them all. See you next time!
Have a good one, and see you next year. Happy New Year. I have a feeling that 2018 is going to be the best year you've ever known to date. Let's make it a great one.